What's up, everybody? TonyPizzaGuy here, back again with another video. And today we got a lot of interesting stuff to talk about because there was an article coming out from the Business Sports Journal, and they were talking about how much these NXT superstars make, how does it take to get to the WWE, and how you can even get in the Performance Center. And I thought this was very, very interesting. So I wanted to talk about it, share this information with you, and go all into it. So if you guys do enjoy this and you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. If you do like this, hit that like button and let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. So like I said, we're going to talk about the entire WWE Performance Center experience, what it takes for WWE to get a superstar from the ground up, and how much they will make in NXT. Now, if you weren't familiar, we had three big signings to the WWE Performance Center this week. We had Humberto Garza, we had Shane Strickland, and we have Kushida. If you don't know anything about them, make sure you check all of them out, but they're very good. And there's a lot of people coming in and out of the WWE, and it's kind of that machine that I've been talking about. It's like a cog in a wheel, and there's always people coming in. So I was very interested in how this whole process works. So being able to see this and look at it and then actually see like, okay, this is how this all works, how you get to the WWE. And then we're going to talk about it. So WWE produces over 1,500 hours of content each year. That's a lot of content. You think about it, they produce Raw, SmackDown, NXT, takeovers, main events, shows for the network, all that stuff. They produce it all. The centerpiece is their 12,000 square foot WWE Performance Center with 7 rings. That's right. They have 7 rings down there. I actually went to visit the Performance Center, and it was very, very cool. It's like again, that machine I was talking about, it literally is like a machine. They have workout, they have training room, they have meeting rooms, they have everything down there that you could possibly want. So the NXT shows are taped 1 day a month. Paul Levesque, or Triple H, will fly down to a Raw taping on Monday, then SmackDown on Tuesday, and then Orlando on Wednesday to check in on the Performance Center and oversee the NXT taping. So he's at Raw, SmackDown, goes to NXT, and his day is full. Triple H is doing everything. So if you ever want to know how can I become a WWE superstar, all you have to do is go to the Performance Center website and fill out an application. If they like what they see, they will contact you to come out for a tryout. Now, these tryouts last 3 days. And the first 2 are brutal by design. They're going to test you, and they're going to have your conditioning and strength and watch to see what you retain from those coaches. So even if you're a big name on the independent scene and you've already made it, you've already had your big matches, let's say Ring of Honor, New Japan, wherever you've done it, they put you down there for 2 days of grueling action. They're going to try and wear you out, burn you out, and get you blown up so that could break you. And then when you get broken, they're going to see, okay, this guy can still keep going. That's kind of how they want to do it. And then the third day will probably be some of that promo stuff, maybe some to see how your character is. And that's kind of how they work their Performance Center stuff. They did say that what they're really looking for is how do you really act? So they want to learn the real you. They want to know how you are as a person, not how you are as, like this big gimmick. They want to know how you are as a person and how you break down as a person, because that's going to give them a better aspect of, this is the guy. This is who this guy is. And this is, because they're not going to want to invest all this time and money into somebody who's a piece of crap. So they want to know the real you. Charisma is king and or queen, they say, Paul Levesque. The X factor is that you walk into a room and make people turn their heads and say, who's that? So when you get down there, you can be all nice and humble, but you really want to be a guy who's got some sort of swag coming in. You got some sort of charisma. You carry yourself very well, and you just are a spectacle. That's what they want. They want somebody that's going to walk in, is going to take the room by storm. You ever been somewhere and you just see somebody in a room, you're like, that guy has to be somebody. I guarantee that has to be somebody. That's what people want to look for. That's what the WWE is looking for, and that's what they want. So if you can get through that grueling time, you can have that it factor that they're like, okay, we want you. You have that personality, who you really are, and they want to sign you after those 3-day tryouts. Here's what happens next. They will sign you to a developmental contract. And this is the interesting stuff, because I've always wondered this, right? I've always wondered, how much do these developmental guys, how do these NXT guys make? So you make anywhere from $50,000 to $150,000 a year. That's what you're making. That's what you're starting out as. The overall average for these in development is about $80,000. So you're looking at a you know, a medium of 80,000. And then if you reach the top WWE salaries, you can climb into 7 figures. As you know, like a John Cena, Undertaker, you get up there, you become millionaires. But getting into it, you're going to start out at 50,000. I mean, honestly, if you're going to do independent shows, a lot of those guys aren't making a lot of money unless you're a big name, right? Unless you're a big name that's on the independent scene, you're not making a lot of money, but 50,000 probably sounds pretty good. You're going to have that steady income coming in while you're training to become a WWE superstar. And of course, once you get bumped up, you can get more. Once you're in the program, you're treated with technique, timing, camera awareness, and presence, and how to avoid injury. The main thing that they're looking for is emotional storytelling. You ever watched WWE, you know it's emotional storytelling. So that's what you're getting with this. So that's how the whole Performance Center process kind of works there. I thought it was very interesting just to look at this, to know that these guys are making 50,000. They have to go through 3 days of grueling training. So even if you're a big name, even if you're a big superstar, right? You're a big guy on the independents and you can't handle the first 2 days where they run drills, break you down, do rolls, basic bumps, that kind of stuff, you're not going to make it in the WWE. And that's very interesting because you think that some of these guys could just get a pass straight to the main roster, but it seems like what they do, even with Kushida, Shane Strickland, Garza, you're getting all these guys coming in that are like learning the ropes again. And that's some of the thing that puts some people off, because there's a lot of people who would like to just come up and go right to the main roster. Yeah, it happens in some circumstances. You got like AJ Styles who did that, but there's most of those guys that come in have to go through that training again. They have to go through it. They need to get you ready for WWE, because just because you wrestled on the independent scene does not mean you know where the cameras are or how to work the crowd properly or how to take a proper bump in the way that WWE wants you to do it. And I think that's very interesting, the way that this works. It's pretty interesting. And the way that this whole like machine works is so fascinating to me, because I like the behind the scenes stuff of pro wrestling. I like to learn about what's going on backstage, what's going on inside the Performance Center, and me being able to visit the Performance Center and see some of those guys in there working their butts off, going to their gym equipment, doing their things, making it happen for them, and then learning the skills that go with it, like the promo work, how to work a crowd, all that stuff. One of the cool things that I did get to see is that what will happen is the wrestlers will actually surround the ring and watch the matches, and they'll kind of cheer them on as like faces or heels, depending on what they're playing and the character. They also have a dedicated room to cutting promos. So it's like a green screen in the back, and they'll cut some promos, learn how to do that. They'll film that and they'll work on that. They also have promo classes where they'll teach people how to do their promos. And I just think the Performance Center is very, very fascinating. Whether you think WWE product on the main roster is good, bad, or ugly, the way that they work their Performance Center is so fascinating. It is just it's a sports clinic, really. You have trainers, you have coaches, you have wrestlers, you have tons of people who come in and out of it all the time to try and learn how to become a WWE superstar. And it is a very eye-opening experience. Just going down there in Florida, when I did get to go down there to check out the WWE 2K game, and then able to see how the whole thing works with the superstars training in their gym that they have there, and then just everything that's going on. It's very cool. It's very, very cool, and it's very fascinating. I think that there's a lot that you can learn from the WWE if you ever get a chance to go down the Performance Center. I know sometimes they open it up to people to come in. I would take that chance and check it out, and I really would. So as always, I think that's where we're going to wrap it up today. I do want to thank you guys for watching this, and I do want to know you guys' thoughts on all this. What do you think of the WWE Performance Center? What do you think of the salaries that these guys make? Because that's one of the biggest things that I was always wondering, is like, how much do these guys make for what they are actually doing? And I think that in itself is pretty cool, that they're making $50,000 or $150,000 a year. I mean, honestly, when you talk about them versus like the big dogs in the WWE, like a John Cena, Undertaker, those kind of guys, they're not making the money that they're making. But you're starting out at the bottom, right? You're getting that guaranteed contract. Where back in the day, you would never get that opportunity. They would have you come in, they would have you do a dark match, and if they like your dark match, they would maybe put you on the roster, maybe send you to FCW, maybe put you on FCW television, and that was just a train wreck down there because they didn't really do anything with FCW. It was very bare bones. It was very like grungy, and they taped stuff, but it never really went anywhere. Now with NXT, they have all kinds of talent coming in and out, And with the class of the Performance Center, like Shane Strickland and Kushida, like that's huge. Like just the fact that those names are there and they're going to be joining the WWE ranks. I think there's going to be lots of good surprises from the WWE, with a lot of people being upset right now, leaving the WWE, such as, you know, Sasha Banks, possibly Luke Harper, you know, all those people. And then you're going to have a new crop of talent coming in. So let me know what you guys think. As always, I am TonyPizzaGuy. That's where we're going to end today's video. If you enjoyed this, smash like. We'll see you